Well, hello everyone. It's been a minute. This is Audrey Codner. I'm the owner of ACG Math Tutoring. You've probably seen my hand doing a lot of math lately, but I am coming here live and direct to basically talk to you about an opportunity that I will be giving out this whole entire weekend because I just found out that it's Memorial Day weekend. Where did the time go? Like, really, where did it go? But without a beat, we're not going to miss anything. I just wanted to reach out, especially to people that are thinking about getting their GED, their ASVAB, and their acuplacer, or even the TEAS test to help with people that want to be a nurse. If that hits you, if you know someone that they're thinking about doing those tests or they're currently in training for it, please share this live for them or even the replay because what I'm going to be offering this weekend is going to be vital. So, reason why I haven't been mostly on these platforms is because I've been doing a lot on TikTok. Now, a lot of the things that's been going on there, a lot of instructions, some of it you have been seeing it on the replays. And I've been getting a lot of people, seasoned, I like to call them, that's going back to the community college. And right now, they're just really struggling with the pace and also the amount of work that's going on in the community college classes. And it's really kind of putting a strain on people. So it seems like if we had a course or maybe even something prior to jumping into even the immediate algebra classes, we have to understand there's some people that haven't seen algebra since they were a fetus. And now all of a sudden they have to remember formulas, they have to remember all these things. I remember growing up, I had to remember phone numbers. Let me try to do that nowadays, right? You got it on your phone, it's already listed, you push, you talk. That's it. But now it just seems like if there was some kind of course, having someone to walk people through things step by step and actually being able to answer their questions and make it live. Not so much a recording or maybe an on demand, but really making it live so you can have those connections. And that's what I'm basically doing. So I'm starting June the 8th. Okay. So in about a couple of weeks, we're going to have what's called a summer's math course for basically GED, the ASVAB, acuplacer, and the TEAS test. The reason why I'm focusing on those, because those are the ones where people are generally struggling with basic concepts all the way up to like factoring. So originally I was going to do like for 8 weeks, but you know what? There's so much information. And then I know I will be just like everybody else, rushing through things, jamming all that information into people's brains. I don't want to do that. I want to basically help you, guide you. And then once you're done, I want you to go and take the acuplacer or take your GED and pass it just like the other people that I've been helping within the last couple of months. And I think if you don't understand, maybe you might need to see me in action. So if you do need to see me in action, one thing you can do, you can go to my YouTube channel, which is at Audrey Codner at ACG Math Tutoring. Just basically look at my name. Or two, you can join me this weekend at 8:30 on Saturday and on Sunday. I go live. Okay. So that's where I'm going to actually go live. And you can see me live and direct. And then you can see, will this person be it or not? And hey, if you are not involved in any of those assessments, maybe your child is leaving 8th grade and going into high school and they're going into Algebra 1. This will be perfect for them to learn those structure, load those perfect little nuances and maybe tricks of the trade in order for them to build up their confidence when they enter into the new high school year. So what I'm doing is actually to celebrate Memorial Day and also make this into my launch. I'm actually doing a flash sale. So I have been trying for Instagram to try to flip my camera. Yeah, I failed, but I'm going to keep going. Okay. So what I'm doing is a flash sale. So I'm basically taking $50 off of my original. So originally it's going to be $147 and I'm taking $50 off. 147 minus 50. Okay, you need my course. Let's go. So it's at $97. $97. You get me for twice a week for 12 weeks, right? Twice a week, 12 weeks, that's 24 sessions. And if anything, if you break it down per session, it is literally $4 and I think 8 cents per session. Seriously, guys, less than a cup of coffee. How I can possibly change your life by helping you get your GED. Imagine you getting your high school diploma. And especially around this time of year, a lot of people are going to graduations. And I know for a fact, a good 40, maybe even 50% of the audience is probably saying, I wish that was me. That's why we push our kids so hard, because we probably had to leave high school for some reason. Maybe an ill parent, an ill grandparent. Maybe we had children. We probably had whatever situations that we had to conquer in order to help others. But we had to put ourselves on the back burner. So I'm just saying to you, your time is now. Your time is now. You have someone that's going to know the concept, willing to break those concepts down in a nice, easy pace, make you feel safe to ask your questions. It could be something as simple like, why are we subtracting 2 on both sides? I don't get it. And then I will walk you through why. Why are we solving for y? Why is y so important? Why does my equation line have to be y equals mx plus b? How did that point slope all hit in the sun? All those things. Because there is, especially if I look at the GED, there are certain questions that's worth more in points than others. So you may know your arithmetic inside and out, which is awesome. Your decimal places, which is great, and your fractions, which is wonderful. But there may be only 1 or 2 point questions. But by you knowing linear equations, the equation of the line, the difference between parallel and perpendicular lines, right? Knowing anything that's linear and also going to factoring, they're 4-point questions. So more of those 4-point questions and a decent amount of your 1s and 2s, you can pass that test easily. But we have to get to those 4-point questions and try to figure out the foundational piece, which carries over into that. So by doing this, I am basically having the flash sale. So you, instead of paying the $147, which will be normal for just that first part, I do have a bundle, which is a little bit more. You can get basically the notes that we have, and I will compile a book for you, and I'll send that to you by direct. Also, if you want some tutoring with it, that will be at a discounted rate than what my usual rate is. So if you're thinking about this, like, oh, I really think this will be really good for my son or my daughter, or even myself, make sure you contact me, DM me. You can go to my website. I'm going to have like certain things. I think it's all the way up here. But you can go to my website at ACG Math Tutoring. All right. Once you go there, hey, Robert. Robert's always here to support. Good job. I did respond back to that lady. So if you go to ACG Math Tutoring, my email, my website, that's all in my bio. I know a lot of people said link in bio is so passe. I'm passe. I'm 52. Leave me alone. But I also have people, especially last week, I had 3 clients I only saw for a couple, and we did a lot of tweaking with their thought process, and they were able to pass the ASVAB at the exact, not even the exact, more than what they wanted. Some of them wanted 50s. One person wanted like a 62 and got a 74. And they just basically did the work. They listened, they absorbed, and they applied. I had a young lady last night that came to me and says, guess what? And then she sent me an emoji with a skeleton dancing with the cap and gown on. She got her GED. She wasn't sure that she was going to get it, but she came to my lives. She asked questions. She reached out to me. We had a few sessions, not too many, but just to change her thought process. Because the way you take these tests is completely different for how you take a test in class. And once you get that mindset and you know those things, you can score high on certain things in certain areas. Don't let this math phobia or this math barrier get in the way of your success. You know you want to be a nurse, but guess what? You have to make sure that you understand the basic concepts that you need, especially the dosage calculations, because we are not trying to kill anyone. Can we repeat that? All right, good. All right, so, but you do need the algebra piece. And I know you probably haven't seen algebra since you were a fetus, but it's time for you to grow and to come and ask questions. So throughout this week, I'm going to be going live, or weekend actually, I'm going to be going live promoting this as well as promoting a couple other events that's going to be occurring. So in addition to my courses, if you don't know, I have my math notebooks. So they are expanding, they are selling, and I'm actually doing new tweaks to the next one. And I'm excited about this. So we have our 3 right here. All right. And on top of that, we have what's called Audrey's notes. So I'm waiting for my copy to come from the printer, but I want you to see it right now. So Audrey's Notes is a copy of all my notes during my live since February the 2nd. So you will actually see and get copies of my actual notes. See? In color, not even in black and white, in color. So when you look at it, you get the exact notes. And then if you notice, there's a QR code. There's a whole process going on over here, right? So everything, there's a QR code. So the QR code is connected to the actual live that I did to write these notes. So you can use it as a resource. You can use it for enrichment as well as remediation. So it'd be great for like the kids or anyone, maybe yourself, to actually follow along with how is she solving these problems? How did she get these answers? So every time there's a theme, there is a QR code that goes with it. And all you have to do is just scan it and boom, you got everything you need. So for those, we have book 1, book 2, and book 3 ready, available. And they are on my own virtual bookstore. Look at me. Mama, I'm growing up. So my virtual bookstore, and I will actually try to put it in the chat if it will let me. Here we go, live chat. Let's go. Let's get it. How am I going? Here we go. All right, so I'm going to actually try to put it in the chat. And I know there's like a whole process. My camera's in the way. You're like, Audrey, what are you doing? I know. But this is what happens when you do so many lives. It's like after a while, you're like, this is old hat. So if you want, you can check out my bookstore. I think I put it into the chat. It should be posting to all my destinations. And if not, just let me know. Okay, so if anything, yep, okay, there we go. So if you go to Books by Audrey Codner, you can see all of my books. Right now, the only ones that are missing is basically the coloring books that I made a while back. Okay, She Creates. Okay, I just have to upload those over there. So we have She Creates and also the Empowerment Planner. So those are the only 2 books that are not inside there, but all of my math notebooks and the Audrey notes are all there. So you can have those options. Go ahead, grab, buy, enjoy. But for the course, I will be on a couple of times, especially tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. But this sale is going to end at 11:59 Monday night. Okay, so trust me, I will be up and I'll be doing a countdown because I definitely want you to be able to take advantage of this, because not too many people are going to be able to get 24 lessons. And basically, you're going to be blocking off an hour and a half, and you're going to be getting your questions answered. And also, you're going to be getting some resources to help you with all this process. It's a win-win situation. All right, so anything that you have any kind of questions on, please don't hesitate to reach out. And again, if you know someone that is struggling to pass the ASVAB or the AccuPlace or even the TEAS, and they're just like, I haven't seen algebra, I don't even know what this is. 1 minute it was just talking about mixed numbers. How did it turn into an improper fraction? Just go ahead and reach out to me. All right. So I will be, if anything, reach out to me if you are interested in this, but I will be live tomorrow. And also I'll be live on TikTok doing my usual thing at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I'm actually going to be breaking down, let me see if I remember, parallel and perpendicular lines. So we've been working on slope and we're working on those 4-point questions if you want your GED. And also, if you do come over there and you come to the live, there are some people that still, after passing their GED, they're still hanging around. So then I can call them out and you can chit chat with them to figure out, hey, what did you notice a lot on the last test? And they'll tell you, because we try to keep it as a family atmosphere. All right. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, even a concern, go ahead and reach out, because I'm here to help. All right. So I know it's not free, but it's definitely going to be a huge value. All right. So let's get started, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right. Take care, guys. Now I got to do all this fun stuff.